Well, hello, water signs. Welcome to Timsy Naked Tarot, or welcome back if you are a regular viewer. If you are a regular viewer, you are guessing that we are doing an all signs overview or a monthly overview. And the fact that it's not a full moon or new moon means we're doing a monthly overview. If you are new, well, welcome to your first monthly overview. The way we do this is we'll get a rune out of there, which will be the overall energy of the month. We'll get 5 cards out of there, one for each complete week of the month and one for the end of the month going into next month. And then we'll get some clarifiers. But the reason there is no clarification deck on my table today, because normally it would be sitting there ready to go, is because I'm not 100% sure which one I'm going to use yet. I'm being pulled towards two, and I am literally leaving it up to the universe to guide me in when I go to grab the clarifications. Both decks have been pre-shuffled for this particular read though, so don't worry about that. Okay, so let's crack on with it, shall we? Let's get ourselves out our room and see what is happening for you water signs this month. Okay, there we go. Oh, it's upside down. Shall we turn it the right way up? There we go. So we have a Farisaz in reverse. This is, well, to start with, it literally sort of translates to fawn or thorn bush. It can also be an indication of four, okay, the god, obviously. The energies we get off this normally would be luck, making decisions, contemplation, warnings, and protection. Obviously, a thorn bush can be used as a form of protection. But when it's in reverse, we're looking at more of like the kind of like the negative sides of those things. Maybe you're being overprotective about something. Maybe you are being indecisive. Maybe you just feel like you're having bad luck. And bad luck, generally, bad luck is not an energy. Luck is not an energy. Luck is just being in the right place at the right time. Or going with the universe and the universe's plan, so you get the rewards the universe wanted for you. If bad luck is when you go against the universe and the universe's plans and you miss out on the rewards the universe was going to give you. Okay, and maybe you're not picking up the warning signs. Maybe someone's giving you lots of ample time to arrange things, and you're not, because you're not picking up the warning signs. Perhaps your boss is telling you, yeah, the company's not going to be lasting much longer. If we don't get this XYZ job, then we won't be getting any job. And you're not actually listening to what he's saying, so you're just still blindly ploughing on through work, thinking that's okay, next month I'll still get paid. Okay, and something like that. So let's crack on. Let's see what the tarots have to clarify with this as I split the deck. And before we do the main shuffle, we've got the 9 of Cups, and we have got the Knight of Wands. And so, as for the warning signs and things in that, perhaps what you think is a great, loving, and emotional relationship is not. Maybe you're playing away. Maybe they're playing away, or something like that this month. Maybe you find out about that. In overprotectiveness, perhaps you think you have that perfect relationship and you're protecting it with everything, but it's not actually. Well, this is the shuffle then, because the cards just went everywhere. And it's not actually the relationship you thought it was, or something like that. And I've already done a work thing for it. So for the first week, we have got the 9 of Pentacles. For the second week, we have got the Hanged Man. For the third week, we have got the 5 of Wands. Does not really surprise me with I can't pronounce it now. Farua's in reverse. For Riaz in reverse. And then we got the 10 of Swords, and that's not really surprising. And the 3 of Swords at the end of the month, leading us into June. Okay, yes, it's the May monthly overview, if you haven't already guessed that from the title. Okay, I'm just putting it out there quickly as well. This is a general read. It may or may not resonate with you. If it does resonate with you, that is fantastic. If it doesn't resonate with you, don't worry too much. Not every read can resonate with you. Perhaps you're working from a different aspect of your birth chart this month. Perhaps it might pay if you go and watch the other monthly overviews. what else can I say about it? I am going to actually start doing independent star sign overviews for the month as well. So for Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and all the others. But they're going to be staying in my membership only area because I'm doing it more for me than for you. But if you want to pay for the membership and see the monthly overviews, well, then feel free. I don't mind. I won't argue against that. It's there for you to view if you want it, but it's more for me to sort of kind of see what's going on with you guys in advance. Okay, so all that being said, let's crack on with it. Oh, last thing, these weeks may not necessarily run through in line for you personally. These could be, week 1 could be mainly centered around Cancerians with a smattering of other water signs around it. Week 2 might be around Pisces with a smattering of other water signs around that. Obviously, if you are a cross-watcher, watching for your person's star sign, then, well, use your discretion. You know what's going on in their life. Hopefully, you know what's going on in your life. You can see how it bounces off your situation. We are all on different situations. We are all going to the same destination, though. Okay, so the 9 of Pentacles. The month might start well for you. It could be looking like you're getting some sort of windfall, some sort of like bonus of some description. But there is also the other side of this. For some of you, you might be suddenly becoming independent. That could be independent of family, independent of work, independent of love. So you might be getting fired, breaking up, kicked out, all those sort of things. But there is, for some of you, I do feel a positive energy of actually sort of getting some sort of financial gain out of the first week of the month. I've opted for the Viking deck for this particular round of reads. And as I said, I had 2 choices. I'm being pulled towards 2, and I grabbed this one as I was rabbiting. So we got Temperance, and we have got the 3 of Swords in reverse. Now, although I said some of you might be becoming independent in some way, shape, or form, this could actually be a blessing in disguise for you. With the 3 of Swords in reverse, it's kind of like the end of the pain. It's going to be taking pain away from you. I know this doesn't sound particularly nice as I'm saying it, but perhaps you have an elderly relative who's literally been knocking at death's door for a little while, and you're feeling pain for them because they're on their way out. They used to be so young and vibrant and full of energy, and now they're just a husk of their former self, and they finally pass. And yes, it's sad, it's upsetting and all that, but then later on, once you've processed those initial emotions, you then feel, well, they've gone. They're not in pain anymore. They've gone to a better place, and if you will, and all that, and it's the blessing in disguise. With Temperance in reverse, it's also telling us the waiting, the anticipation is finally over. This is something what has been building for a long time, for months and months before May, and it's now getting to that point where it's ending. It's all coming to an end. It's finishing. As I said, some of you are maybe breaking up in a relationship. Maybe you're losing a dear loved one or something like that. But it's you knew it was coming. You just been like playing the end game, so to speak. For those of you who are getting some sort of financial gain out of this month or this week, again, it's something. It's not like a financial gain where it's all of a sudden you're just getting given loads of money. It's a financial gain where you've actually kind of invested a long-term gain. Maybe some of you are finally paying off your last month's mortgage payment, and that's it. No more mortgage. The financial gain there would be X amount of money each month you don't have to give to the bank. And it takes the pain away, and it was a long time building towards it. Okay, crossing. This is, who have we got there? We have got the Hierophant in reverse as well. Now, the Hierophant in reverse is talking about being misguided. Okay, perhaps this ending is all misguided for you. As I said, it's in that whole passing of a family member or a loved one or whatever. Yes, you go through all that pain and sorrow and upset and anguish, and that's the misguiding part. Yeah, you have to go through those things to realize that all the good is actually good. Okay, if you didn't go through those things, then you wouldn't know about the good. It would just be normal. So things are you're being led in the wrong direction by various different aspects of situations, or you're just grasping the wrong end of the stick, so to speak, and you're feeling that maybe it's not going to be going as well as you thought it would, but in hindsight it does. Okay, so let's see what the Hanged Man is all about. The Hanged Man, the second week, is all about looking at things in a different perspective. But it's the universe making you look at things in a different perspective. You will be getting signs and things. Perhaps you'll be seeing or making out words on the back of number plates. Maybe you'll be seeing magpies and the like. Maybe you will find a frog on your doorstep, and then a couple of days later when you're driving your car and you get back into your car after you parked up somewhere, there's a frog at your door, at the car. All these various different things mean and have meanings. And if you want, you can go and check out my All Signs. No, not my All Signs. It's my Signs on Sunday playlist. I have at least 26 various different things which mean and go into depth in what those meanings mean for them. Okay, one of which is frogs. I think of amphibians. I went for, and all that. But the universe puts you in this position. You can't really tie yourself into that position very well, not unless you're some sort of contortionist. Okay, the Hangman is also talking about the fact that I felt pulled into the Viking deck. It could be talking about like some sort of sacrifice you're having to make to learn something better. Okay, Odin hung himself upside down in a tree for, I think, 7 days, okay, to learn the secrets of the runes from the Norns, and from the well of life and knowledge. And so there is some sort of sacrifice involved with this as well. Now we got the Queen of Pentacles in reverse and the Five of Pentacles in the upright. Now the Five of Pentacles is not generally seen as some sort of financial hardship, but it doesn't necessarily have to be hardship. It could be just some sort of worrying over something what might happen. Okay, and that's kind of like what I'm getting off it at the moment. Yeah, that little dude on the card, he's running worrying about one of these arrows falling on his head, but all the arrows are not, they could end up anywhere. They could get blown by a bit of wind, they could get hit by a bird or hit a bird. Okay, and he's got a 1 in 5 chance. Well, he's got a 5 in 5 chance of being hit by the arrows, I suppose. But the chances are they are going to miss. There's a lot more area around him for them to land than his little tiny spot. But he's still worrying that an arrow might land on his head. So with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, this is a little bit of worrying about your stability. The Queen of Pentacles is very stable. Okay. But you'll be getting signs from the universe kind of telling you if or when things may occur. Okay, it's like I saw a number plate the other day which said Y24EMP. Okay, now it means nothing to most people, but I'm in those conspiracy circles. I keep tabs on all these different things that go on in the world, and we've got different conflicts going on in the world, all of which have the capability of nuclear weaponry. Now, I'm not trying to panic you here. One of the things you can do with your nuclear weaponry is fire it off, explode it high up in the atmosphere, and cause an electromagnetic pulse, which will knock out the electric grid. Okay, and so for me, that particular sign on the back, or that particular number plate on the back of the car, kind of suggesting that there could be an EMP somehow linked with the year 24. Now, that could be 2400, okay, or that could be 2024, or it might be 2124, or it might be 2424. It's giving me a little nudge, a little push, something to look out for. And the other thing is that it might not even be any form of weaponry what does it. The sun is very capable of producing its own EMPs, except for they're called coronal mass ejections, okay, which is basically a massive electrical charge the sun pumps out during one of its flares or sunspots eruptions, and it connects with our planet. We happen to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, and again, it overwhelms our electrical system, causing lots of transformers and things to blow, okay. So it's kind of like that, and that fits in with our Five of Pentacles. It's a worry over nothing. The chances of these things happening are very, 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 very slim. Okay, yes, we've been hit by a CME from the sun before, and all that, but we were lucky enough to not really have much of a technical system back then. So it fried the Morse code system, okay, the telegraph system in America. As for the rest of the world, not really much happened. We saw beautiful auroras around the world, but it was only really the telegraph system what caught it, because that was all we really had. Now, they say that these EMPs or these CMEs happen every 150 to 200 years, and the last one was about 180 years ago. So we're in that shooting gallery, so to speak. But it doesn't mean that we're going to hit it. In fact, there has been plenty of solar flares produced by the sun which could have caused it, but we just weren't in the way at the time. Okay, so we may have missed this run. We were just in the right place at the right time for a change. But this is talking about your stability. You're kind of worrying about your stability over, which might not actually ever come to fruition on the second week. And crossing this is the Six of Cups in reverse. Now, the Six of Cups is a soul contract card. This could be about a relationship. You're worrying the stability in your relationship. It may be coming to an end. Maybe you're being a little bit overprotective and smothering the other person, which is causing then you to worry that, well, perhaps they might disappear off elsewhere to find a bit of freedom and independence. Oh, week one. Or something like that. But it can also be seen as a contract card. Although that's upside down, if you just pause your video, turn it up the other way, and hopefully you haven't got your camera or your phone on auto rotate, or obviously if you're watching on a TV, I'm not recommending you turn your TV upside down or anything like that. Just use your imagination. There is an exchange going on. One woman is given a heart for the other woman giving a body or a soul, perhaps. And so it is about contracts as well. So maybe some of you are worrying about contracts being signed for work and the like. Okay. So week 3, we have conflict of some description with the Five of Wands. Now, this conflict could literally just be a test, especially coming off of a hangman the week before, a test by the universe to see if you have learnt your lessons, like an end-of-year exam, if you will. Let's see what you have learned and if you can put it into practice in the real world. Okay. For others of you, this will be literally, you will be going through a week of conflict with various different people. You'll be disagreeing with them, arguing with them, or they might just be disagreeing and arguing with you. It might not necessarily be you being the one who's being disagreeing. Okay, now for those of you who are being tested by the universe, it's a fail. You haven't learned what you need to learn. Okay, because we've got the Six of Wands in reverse saying, yeah, we're not there, we're blocked. Okay, you haven't learned. If you can imagine that as some sort of, I don't know, martial arts thing. You're going for your black belt, you're doing your black belt test, you don't pass, you don't get recognition for your hard work, you don't get the victory, you didn't pass and you didn't get your black belt. With judgment there as well, again, judgment is saying literally what I just talked about. Judgment is at the end of a bigger universe test, so to speak, a cycle, if you will, you get to the Judgment card. As the Fool goes through the major arcana, the Fool being yourself, and the major arcana being all the stuff you learn on the way, you get judged. Have you passed or have you not? Have you learnt your lessons or haven't you? Now, if you have, you go to the world and you get your rewards and you move on to your next lesson. If you haven't, you go back to the Fool and you have to start again. The Six of Wands there is indicating that, again, you haven't passed and you might have to sit a lesson again. So you might find yourself having to retaking a test. You didn't pass a test. You might find yourself in these conflicts with people which you thought was already done and dusted and over. I've had situations like that in the past, but hey ho, we won't talk about my past. I sometimes do, but I'm not on this one. Okay, crossing this is it's the Hanged Man, and it's in the upright this time. This is you not actually paying attention to your intuition. You're not listening to what your gut is telling you. You're not picking up on the signs. I really strongly suggest you, water signs, all go and check out that signs on Sunday. I might even put a link in the description for you. I don't normally put links in the description on these particular reads, but I might for you for this time, because it's saying you're not paying attention. Yeah, the universe it should be that way up. Yeah, so you're the Hanged Man. The universe is hanging you upside down, and this one actually shows about the universe, like it's God's hand holding you by the foot. And there's your umbilical cord coming out, connecting you to the 3D world, suggesting that you are in a spiritual world at the moment. But that was in the upright. You're not paying any attention. You're not willing to sacrifice what you have to sacrifice to move on to the next level. Okay. The judgment being passed for you on the 3rd week of the month is go back to go. Do not pass go. Do not collect £200 and start this game all over again. Okay, so 10 of Swords. Bringing something to a painful and bitter end. Possibly a little bit of betrayal. Okay, maybe this is spurring off from the week before. Maybe some of these conflicts have left you not friends with people, and maybe you feel a little bit betrayed by them, or perhaps they might feel betrayed by you. So let's have a little look-see here. We've got the 4 of Swords and we have got the 10 of Swords in reverse. Well, okay then. So with the 4 of Swords, is talking about healing or taking time to recover. You've gone through a week worth of conflicts the week before. It's licking your wounds afterwards, if you will. Disappearing off into your house and being a little hermit for a little while. Laying low, if you want. But this is designed to actually make you feel better about the situations you have brought to an end via the conflict the week before. With the 10 of Swords coming out there as well in reverse, it's saying it is over. Okay, it's all done and dusted, and yes, it might have been painful and it might have hurt at the time, but then we move on. And then when we move on, after we've healed, we start to see that, well, these things had to happen. You start to see things in what's called hindsight and retrospect and think, yeah, okay, maybe they were holding me back. Maybe they were using me. Maybe it was all worthwhile to bring this to an end. For some of you, you will still be quite bitter and angry about it for a while. And this is why we have a 3 of Swords coming up the week after this 10 of Swords. Crossing this is the 5 of Cups in reverse. The 5 of Cups in reverse normally, or the 5 of Cups is normally talking about 3 cups knocked over, 2 cups still standing. You've lost your taste for something. You've lost something you loved in the past. The fact that it's in reverse, I'm actually getting the feeling this is, you feel like you've lost a soul connection. Okay, because now the 2 cups which are still standing are now actually upside down, and the 3 cups which are knocked over are in a position where they could hold something. Okay. And the 2 cups represent the 2 cups out of the tarot, the soul connection. So you feel maybe you've lost a soul connection somehow. Maybe the situation you thought was divinely guided for you wasn't, and maybe it was a little bit of a devil guiding instead of divinely guiding. I wouldn't normally say that, but maybe it was led by infatuations and greed and all these negative aspects of our human nature more than the loving, generous, guiding hands of the universe. Okay, Three of Swords, last week or last few days of May going into June. Let's see what that has for us. And that will wrap up our little read for the day. There you go, there's our cards. I literally dropped out as I was shuffling, fell on the floor. So we have the Star in reverse, we have the Page of Cups, and we have the Five of Cups now in the upright. Okay, so yes, you feel like you've lost a soul connection, and then you feel bitter and sad and angry about that with that Three of Swords. You're still feeling the pain from it going into June. So it's going to take you a little bit. You are recovering from it, but you feel like you got done over. But this time, it's the right way up. So now these Three Cups is like the old soul connection, and the Two Cups is talking about the prospects of a new one coming for you. Don't cry over what you have lost. It is done, it is dusted, it is in the past. It was never going to ever be seeing the light of day again because it's done. Okay, concentrate on what you can have in the future. And the thing you can have in the future is the Page of Cups, a new aspect of love, a new love. Maybe it is a younger person coming toward you. Maybe it's just someone you wouldn't normally think of as a partner of some description. Okay, with the Star in reverse, this is saying that this is going against your hopes and your dreams. Okay, this, as I said, this might be a person you wouldn't normally consider a match for you. Okay, maybe you like brunettes, it's a blonde. Maybe you like people with blue eyes, maybe they have brown hazel eyes. Maybe it's you like people all in makeup and they are a very plain Jane sort of person and don't even wear a little bit of lippy. Okay, and so it's going against your what you see as what you want, but it might be the better thing for you, and it will kind of like wake you up to a truth. Yeah, we've got the Four of Swords here, and you don't often see a sword in a Page of Cups card. Now that sometimes confuses the hell out of me when I get this, because I normally call it the Page of Swords, because there's a big sword. It's bigger than the cup. It's the focal point of the whole drawing, which if we add that sword to the Three of the main energy, we then got the Four of Swords again. This new love coming in for you, yeah, this possible new soul connection is going to help you heal. Let's see what's crossing this. We have got Justice in reverse. Come the end of the month, you feel like you have been screwed over one way or another. Basically, you feel like things are totally out of kilter, totally out of balance. Your world is all over the place. You ain't got a clue what's going on and you don't know which way to turn. But again, don't worry, this is a short-lived energy because of this Page of Cups and this Five of Cups. The new love coming in is going to wake you up to what you lost was not actually meant for you in the first place. Okay, maybe whatever you lost, you were there with them beforehand to teach them what it was like to love, and then let them loose into the world so they could find their perfect person to push those teachings onto others. And perhaps that's why we have this up here where you're not learning your lesson. Perhaps you just need to let go. Remember, with that in reverse, you're being overprotective. Maybe you're just hanging on to things for too long. Okay, so all that being said, that is the end of your read for the month. Okay, if it resonated with you, that is fantastic. If not, as I said at the beginning, go and check out the other monthly overviews I have done. Go definitely check out the signs on Sunday. I feel there is something in there for you with these hangmans in the reverse and the upright, and the way they come out is telling me that you are not going with your intuition, you are not listening to your spiritual side, you are not paying attention to signs the universe is giving you. You know, remember, it starts off well at the beginning of the month, but it ends a bit bitterly for you. Oh yes, I won't talk. I've just suddenly gone back onto the read for you all. If it resonated with you, feel free, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet already, well, please do so, because all the reads from this point I do will be linked to this read as well. So one way or another, energetically. So yeah, if you want to find out more in a little bit more detail, well, you're going to want notification for those reads when they come out. Lastly, leave a comment about how your month goes on. Come back in a month's time and drop the comments. Let me know how bang on or off I was with these readings for you. And also, if you want, just drop in what star sign you are. I know I'm doing a read for the water signs, but I don't actually know what star signs watch it. Yeah, maybe I'm doing more fire signs watch the water sign read. I don't know, maybe they're burning up and they need cooling down or something. Who knows? So do me a solid, just drop me in the comments, just let me know what star sign you are, and that can be done at any time. It don't have to be done at the end of the next month. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Until the next time I catch you on one of my videos, water signs, you will be good out there.